Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel for another episode of Lealations. So today we're going to talk about something that's kind of been on my mind, kind of been on my heart to create. I was going to be making a video titled How to Get Hotter and Smarter because I briefly talked about that on TikTok, but I feel like, I don't know, I just rather talk about things that I'm currently learning or the realizations that I've had recently, because it just feels more aligned and it feels more creative to me. As much as I would like to tell you guys how to get hotter and smarter, which I will at some point, I want to talk about something that I think may be of more value to you, because I feel like you could go online, you could go on YouTube or on TikTok and look up so many videos on how to increase your physical attractiveness, how to increase your intelligence and things like that. And I will of course be giving you my perspective on that as well, but today, like I said, we're going to do something different. So I've just been at a stage in my life where I've been learning so many things. I feel like, honestly, your early 20s is just a constant journey of learning and unlearning. It never really stops. I feel like we don't get to a calm point of like, okay, this is what I know, this is what I believe, my opinion isn't necessarily changing. Is it flexible? Maybe, but this is like my baseline belief system or thinking pattern or behavior or whatever. Like, we're still in the growing and molding and maturing process. Like, our frontal lobe isn't even fully developed yet, so it's a lot going on. And I do want to say, give yourself grace during this time, because especially in the age of social media, you see everybody telling you what you should be doing and how you should be acting and how you should be moving, but you have to figure that out for yourself. Life is like a playground. Life is trial and error. Life is making little messes and cleaning them up and learning as you go. So don't shame yourself for learning and making mistakes. All you could do is try to do better the next time. With that being said, I want to share some lessons that I have been learning and relearning over the course of this year, especially as of recently. So let's get into it. The first thing that I will say is that as a woman, period, no matter what your age is, at some point you have to put your big girl panties on and take radical responsibility for your life. Okay, if you don't like where your life is, if you don't like where you're at in life, if you don't like the relationships in your life, if you don't like your friendships, if you're just unhappy in your career, if you're unhappy with yourself in any way, you have to take radical responsibility for changing that. You are the reason that you are in your current position. Whether you want to hear that or not, that is the truth. Okay, you are the captain of your ship. You are the master of your destiny. Any situation that you're in right now that you don't like, you created this for yourself, and you are the only one that can get yourself out of it. Nobody is coming to save you. There's not going to be any Prince Charming that comes in on a white horse ready to swoop you up and take you off to the castle. This ain't Disney. Okay, this is real life. You have to take responsibility for your life. Nobody is going to lay it all out for you. You need to stop looking towards people to give you direction and give you the recipe. There is no recipe for life, really. There really isn't. Are there certain guidelines and rules that you abide by? Yes, there are, but there's no real recipe. It's really tailored to you personally. So nobody can really tell you, okay, do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and your life will look exactly like this. That is not what's going to happen. Other things can happen along the way. You can experience hiccups, delays, setbacks. You can experience traumatic events, because life is going to life. At the end of the day, life is going to life. I want you to look at life like school. Every time you turn a different age, you graduate to that next class level, basically. So obviously people in their 40th grade of life know much more than you do at your 23rd grade of life, especially if they've actually been applying themselves in this school of life, in the classroom, trying to figure out things, trying to try new things, trying to make things work, trying to learn themselves. Some people don't take that self-responsibility ever, and they are like mentally handicapped because they stay stuck in like a 21-year-old mindset or 18-year-old mindset or even like a 13-year-old mindset, because they don't take responsibility for themselves. And another reason I really want to touch on this is because I feel like it's a trend on TikTok right now to like push the I'm just a girl thing. And I mean, it's cute if you're saying it like, you know, for kicks and giggles, but like on a serious note, grow the fuck up. Like, you're a girl, yes, but you're turning into a woman. That aging process is not gonna stop. At some point, you have to mature and put your big girl panties on and do what you have to do. So stop using I'm just a girl as a crutch to keep you stagnant and from growing and maturing. There's no reason you should be 26 years old walking around with the mindset of a 16-year-old. You're mentally handicapped. You're stunting your own growth because you have a lack of responsibility. You're stunting your own growth because you don't want to be held accountable for your actions. You're stunting your own growth because you don't want to take radical responsibility for your life and for the decisions that you have made. But at some point, you have to look in the mirror and be like, okay, this is where I'm at. Is this where I want to be? No. What do I need to do to get there? What do I need to change? How do I be a better me? You have to ask yourself that. Nobody on TikTok is going to tell you how to be a better me. I can't tell you how to be a better me. Your mom can't tell you how to be a better me. You have to figure that out on your own. This is your life journey. Can we help you and guide you along the process and give you maybe some advice that resonates with you in your current place in your journey? Yes, but at the end of the day, you're the one in the class. You're the one in the school of life. You have to apply yourself and learn for yourself. I can't learn the lessons for you. I learn my own lessons and I share what I learned with you guys, but I cannot learn your lessons for you. You have to learn your lessons for you. Nobody in your life can learn your lessons for you. Your homegirls can't learn your lessons for you. Your family can't learn your lessons for you. Random people that you admire and look up to on social media cannot learn your lessons for you. You have to live your life. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Okay? I feel like another thing I hear girls say a lot is like, I just want to turn my brain off. Like, I want a man so I could turn my brain off with him. Why? Why would you turn your brain off? Your brain is your greatest asset. Your brain is what you use to manifest and create the life that you want to live. Your brain is what you use to strategize. Your brain is what you use to understand and conceptualize things. Why would you want to turn your brain off? So he could call all the shots? Who's living your life? You or him? Are you that lazy? Seriously, you want to turn your brain off? Like, it's one thing to trust someone enough that you're able to just relax and enjoy yourself in their presence without constantly being on guard, looking for threats and things like this. But to completely turn your brain off is insane. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to stop. Seriously. Let's be so for real. Like, what? Are you his child? No. I feel like a lot of girls, they just want to stay little girls for so long. You're not a little girl anymore. He's not your daddy. It's just not gonna happen. That's just not how life works, okay? So put your big girl panties on and take accountability and take radical self-responsibility for your life. The next thing that's going to be very important for you to learn is how to have difficult conversations and deal with conflict. You are going to have uncomfortable conversations. Life will put you in uncomfortable situations. That is how you grow. You have to be put in the dirt in order to blossom into a beautiful flower. Diamonds experience an intense amount of pressure so they can be formed. Life is going to life. You are going to be in uncomfortable situations. You're going to have difficult conversations. You are going to be faced with conflict, and you're going to have conflict resolution skills to get through that conflict. So learn how to get through conflict. Learn how to have difficult conversations. Learn how to be able to stand on your boundaries. Learn how to love yourself more than the potential with another person, or learn how to love yourself and care about your own opinion of yourself more than other people's opinions of you, whether they're your friends, your family, your partner, your colleagues, whoever. The only opinion that really truly matters is your opinion of yourself. At the end of the day, you come into this world alone, you die alone. You need to have a good opinion of yourself. You need to stand 10 toes on your own boundaries. You need to be looking out for you. Nobody else on this earth is going to look out for you the way that you can look out for you. Be able to have those difficult conversations. Be able to stand 10 toes on your boundaries. Learn how to communicate your boundaries. Learn how to communicate your wants and your needs without getting so emotional, without being so reactive. You need to learn how to lean into logic and lean out of emotion. There is a beautiful, correct time for emotion. I feel like emotions are your guide. They tell you what you need to be doing. They tell you what you need to move towards. They tell you when you need to place a boundary. They tell you how you're feeling. All of these things. Emotions are a guide, but you're not supposed to let your emotions consume you. There is a time and place for you to be in your emotions, and there's a time and place for you to be moving from logic. Learn the difference. If this is not something that you were taught by your parents, if this is not something that you learned in the house if you had siblings, if this is not something that you learned when you were younger, then you're going to have to take the responsibility to educate yourself, put yourself in the field, and whenever you have to have a difficult conversation with somebody, or whenever you're in a conflict with somebody, don't run from it. Don't run from it because you don't want to deal with it. Don't run from it because you're scared. Don't run from it because you have fear of falling out with the person, or just fear of what may come out of that conflict. You have to look at conflict as a gift. You're either going to come out stronger, or you're going to see what is and what isn't working, and you're going to be able to know how to step back and make the best decision for you, which may be to redirect your energy and your focus on another type of relationship, on another type of environment, whatever it is. But look at conflict as a gift. It's not something that you run from. It's something that you run towards. This is one that I already knew, but I feel like it's something that I just relearned. And I feel like with lessons in life, especially big lessons in life, sometimes you have to fall and get up, fall and get up, fall and get up multiple times before it really sticks and solidifies in your habitual thinking. But another big thing that I will say is don't tell your friends everything, and don't tell your family everything, especially in regards to your romantic relationships or in regards to your other friendships. Like, keep that sacred to yourself. This could just get really messy. Another thing that I will say, the principle of not really sharing what I'm going through or what I'm dealing with until after I figure it out. Because honestly, what are you talking to your friends about it for? All that they're gonna do is, one, say their opinion, which you may or may not agree with, speak fear into it, maybe see you in a different light because of the situation, and they're gonna come from a place of logic, even if you may be in a place of emotion at the time. You really have to keep things to yourself until you figure it out, and then after you figured it out, then you can share it once you've overcame it and or already decided what you want to do. Just keep your business between you and the person that you're having the relationship or the friendship with. Don't share that with the other people in your life unless it's like a real dangerous situation and you really want someone to hold you accountable. But if it's not that, then it's better to just keep it to yourself for a multitude of reasons, which I may do a whole separate video on just to explain further. But just trust me, shut up and just keep it to yourself. You're gonna be so much happier. I understand that, you know, sometimes you want to be able to confide in your girlfriends and vent to them, confide to your partner and vent to them about other things, but you just gotta keep it to yourself. You just gotta keep it to yourself. It needs to be between you, them, and God. Literally, that's it. That's all. That leads me into my next thing. These kind of piggyback off of each other. You need to stop seeking external validation for your decisions and for your self-worth. You ask your homegirls what you should do or how you should respond or what you should say or what they think or what you should wear or where you should go or how you should live your life. Nobody is here to figure that out for you, okay? Like I said in the beginning, you have to live your life for you. Stop giving people the power to live your life for you. Nobody's here to run your life. You need to run your own life, okay? It's one thing if you are having like some serious trouble making a decision and you want to consult one of your friends or consult your partner or consult one of your family members. But It's a whole nother thing when you're giving them the full reins over your life to make all of your decisions because you don't know how to make any decisions on your own, or because you don't trust yourself to make your own decisions. If you don't trust yourself to make your own decisions, that's a problem in itself, and you need to figure out why you don't trust yourself to make your own decisions, and you need to work on learning how to trust yourself to make your own decisions, okay? And also, don't look to anybody outside of you to affirm your self-worth or to affirm or validate your self-worth. That is just giving away your power. Looking to other people to validate your sense of self-worth is giving them way too much power over your life, and that's how you end up in these negative, vicious cycles that you can't seem to get out of, and you don't understand why, when the core root of the problem may just be that for some reason you're addicted to seeking validation from this person. That is a terrible cycle to be in, and I don't wish that on anyone. Okay, so you have to learn how to stop seeking external validation from anyone outside of you, and you have to learn how to validate yourself. Validate your own self-worth. Learn how to make your own decisions. Trust yourself to make your own decisions, because that is how you keep your power. When you go from a girl to a girl is powerless. A woman is powerful. So you have to keep the power in your hands. Don't just give it up easily, and don't give it up freely. Okay, if you're giving up power to someone, it's because they earned it. You can't learn how to make your own decisions if your homegirls keep making your decisions for you. You can't learn how to make your own decisions if you let your partner make all the decisions for you. You can't learn how to make your own decisions if you let your parents make all the decisions for you. This goes back to radical self-responsibility. Okay, all of this ties into each other. The next thing I will say is move through life confidently and boldly. Even if you make mistakes, don't ever be self-deprecating, especially around your girlfriends. Don't ever be self-deprecating in a community-like setting. Don't ever be self-deprecating online. This lowers your value in other people's eyes, because why would they respect you and admire you if you don't even respect and admire yourself? You need to learn how to move through life confidently and boldly, flaws and all, okay? I know all of my flaws. I know my tendencies. I know where I fall short sometimes. And this leads into my next thing. You have to know yourself so that nobody else can tell you who you are, and so that nobody can call your bluff. I know me. I know my bad habits. I know where I may fall short. I know when I can get too comfortable. I know about Leah Alexander. You need to know about you. Nobody on God's green earth should be able to read you down better than you can read yourself down. Look in the mirror. You need to recognize what life is trying to teach you in every given moment. You need to recognize why certain people are in your life and what part of you they're reflecting back to yourself. You need to realize what the hell is going on, and you need to realize why you're creating certain situations for yourself and why you are the way that you are. You have to do the shadow work. You have to peel back the layers. You have to get to know yourself on a real, deep, intimate level. Seriously. Other people can only meet you as deeply as you've met yourself as well. You have to get to know yourself. You should take joy in getting to know yourself. You should take joy in peeling back the layers and understanding why you do what you do, and what is the root cause and the trigger to this, and what is the root cause and the trigger to that. This is the beauty and the unfolding of life. Learning yourself, continuing to grow and relearning yourself again and again and again, because you're not going to stop growing. But you have to be able to know yourself so well that nobody can call your bluff. You see this tattoo on the side of my neck? This means know thyself, okay? I know myself, and it is my intention every single day of my life to know myself truly through and through better than anybody else. That needs to be your goal. That needs to be your intention. When you know yourself, you can move through life confidently and boldly, because even though you may have your own flaws and your own shortcomings, you don't allow them to define you, because you already know, oh yeah, I be doing that sometimes, but I mean, it is what it is. There's nobody I respect more than a person that is 100% themselves. Whether people view their personality or the way they move as positive or negative, I don't care. I love people that could be 100% themselves through and through. People that don't change themselves to fit other people's molds or ideas of who they should be or how they should act. Be you. Move through life confidently and boldly. If you cuss too much, know that there's a time and a place. But if that's just you, then baby, that's just you. Okay? That's just how you get down. It's one thing knowing how to be socially strategic and be strategic in conversations and know that there is a time and a place for certain types of language, certain types of conversation and things like that. But it's a whole nother thing to be completely changing who you innately are just to be perceived as something else or just to be accepted by other people or society. The only way that I think that is somewhat acceptable is if you're playing the game to get what you want in some kind of capacity, because even with that, you're just aware of what you're doing. It's not like you're trying to put a wet blanket over your personality just so that it makes other people more comfortable or just so that it makes other people feel better. Like, that's you shape-shifting, basically. That's you knowing how to move in different rooms. That's you knowing how to act with different people. That's you being adaptable. That's you being flexible. That's you being like a chameleon. It's nothing wrong with being able to be a chameleon. If anything, I advise you being able to be like that. It's a whole nother thing to be trying to change yourself to fit this mold of what somebody else's idea of a perfect woman is. You need to define what a perfect woman is for you. What does a perfect you look like to you? That is how you define your womanhood. That is how you define your journey. That is how you define the type of person that you want to be. Not based off what the guy you like wants. Not based off what your friends are like or what the friends that you like want. Not based off what your parents tell you. Not based off who the people on TikTok tell you should be. It's one thing to use what people tell you as strategy, but it's a whole nother thing to use it to completely change yourself into this whole person that is not authentic to you. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope that you understand what I'm saying. And lastly, I just want you to know that it is never too late to course correct. It's never too late to course correct. As soon as you realize that you want to change, that is when you change. When you get up and you stop playing victim and you actually take some accountability and some self-responsibility, that is the only time that you will see real change in your life. Don't be ashamed of how old you are. Don't be ashamed of how many times it's taken to stick or for you to really learn the lesson. Don't be ashamed of any of that. Shaming yourself is not going to do anything productive, okay? Feeling guilty is not going to do anything productive. All you could do is focus on the now and the next steps, because the past is going to be the past. There's no sense in living there. I don't care how old you are, it's never too late to create a better life for yourself, and it's never too late to become a better version of yourself, whatever your definition or your idea of that version of yourself is. I love you guys so much. Obviously, you guys know I take what I learn and I share it with you guys. I will be making my episode on how to get hotter and smarter, but Spirit was just telling me that this is what I gotta do right now. So this is what I'm doing, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys found something and heard something and take some sort of value from this video and apply it to your life. Don't forget that you guys can book a one-on-one call with me. My booking link is in the description box below. I love talking to you guys. Like I say in every video, I just honestly do, because I get to help you on a more personal level, especially when it comes to taking radical self-responsibility for your life, because a lot of my calls involve things about taking self-responsibility and not making excuses for yourself. So if you want to get into that version of your life, if you're ready to tap in and take yourself seriously on another level and put your big girl panties on, then book the call with me so we can make the plan for you and strategize how you're going to get that done. And I look forward to potentially speaking with you. I look forward to speaking to you guys in my next video. Bye.